time in London. Hope it's a great game here in Chicago. It is a glorious day for football. It couldn't be better. 51 degrees, sunshine. The Bears will receive the opening kickoff. That's Devin Hester deep. He's returned a kickoff for a touchdown against the Lions, 97 yards, but they're not expecting the Lions to kick to them. Look at the alignment.
I'd be surprised they didn't pooch it up in the air here.
Line drive.
There it is.
Bouncing around. Chased down by Rasheed Davis. He lets Hester take it, and there goes Devin Hester. Looking to get a block. He's shoved back. He's still on his feet. Wow. He is unstoppable. Somehow he wound up with a football and wound up getting it up close to the 40-yard line.
Well,
He's fired to 39.
You try to pooch it out there so that he doesn't get it. Just a real good job by Rasheed Davis. Just say, pick it up, Devin, and roll. He's going to get some good blocks. Look at him here. I mean, he is just so hard to get down. That's one thing about Devin Hester. It's his lower body power and strength that is extremely underestimated. Look at Urlacher. Everybody on their feet every time there's a possible return for Devin Hester.
Urlacher says he's the one guy who jumps off the bench to go to see.
Who isn't on their feet?
The Bears with two tight ends, Greg Olsen and Desmond Clark. Throw it on first down. It's dropped by Cedric Benson. Little swing pass. Benson caught a pass out of the backfield during that memorable drive for the winning touchdown last week in Philadelphia, but here drops one.
Well, and if you haven't seen the Bears in the last 3 weeks or so, they are a throwing football team, and they start here by throwing a little pass. And Brian Greasy told us on Friday, he said, look, we got to find out our identity. I said, what? He goes, I don't know. I mean, the tradition is to run the football, but we've had our success through the air.
Two tight ends, two wideouts, and Cedric Benson, the running back. Short drop by Greasy, outside of Bernard Berrien, out of bounds at the 46-yard line. He picked up 7 on the play. It'll be a 3rd and 3. Fernando Bryant, number 25, covering for the Lions, who have been banged up in the secondary, and they're just trying to hold it together.
The Lions will play a lot of zone defense today. They've had problems in coverage on the back end for sure. There's Greg Olsen there, the first-round pick tight end, who's really started to find his groove in the offense. From the last game a month ago, Greg Olsen and Devin Hester have become big parts, Sam, of this offensive passing attack.
On 3rd down, Adrian Peterson in the backfield. Benson goes to the sideline. Greasy puts it up, and it's incomplete. Through the hands of Desmond Clark, the tight end. And it's 3 and out for the Bears. In the backfield with big John Bradley lined up as a fullback. But Kitna puts it up on 1st down, and he puts it up deep. Way down, and it is incomplete. Tried to get it to big Calvin Johnson, the number 1 draft pick, and he was well covered on the play by Charles Tillman.
He's got to warm them triceps up. And he's with him the whole way is Charles Tillman, who didn't play in that first matchup. And this is a matchup that, you know, if you got Calvin Johnson out there with his size, athletic ability, you think he can win, but that's just terrific job by Tillman other than coming up with the interception. Probably should have corralled that one in his hand, but a great job of coverage. He will be a difference maker being on the field today.
3 wide receivers in for the Lions, 5 defensive backs for the Bears. 2nd and 10, swinging out to Kevin Jones. Got a block from the center, Raiola. Picks it up close to the 1st down line. Close to the 20. Lance Briggs took him down. And we might have a measurement on this, so it might be a little bit short. Inches short, yes. It's 3rd and less than a yard.
Lions are going to try to pound it. I'll tell you, Chicago doesn't have a lot of respect with that defensive line and how they're playing at the point of attack right now.
2 tight ends in. John Bradley, the fullback, leads Kevin Jones. Jones with a nice run to 1st down, slips one man, and then Anthony Adams takes him down. But a 13-yard pickup on a 3rd and 1 by Kevin Jones. Another man, he did not play for the Lions in the first game against the Bears.
A couple good blocks here. Watch Bradley get the kick-out block, which is going to open the lane there. This offensive line has played much better now over the last week or so. Watch Bradley get on Urlacher. Pow, there's the kick-out, which is going to open the crease right there for Kevin Jones.
On 1st down, the play fake by Kitna, being rushed, throws for Williams, overthrew, and the ball went through the hands of the safety, Daniel Manning.
You got to make those plays, Sam. I think if you looked at this team last year during the Super Bowl run, it was all the turnovers. Remember all the interceptions, knocking the ball out. We've seen twice here in this first drive in the first 2 minutes of this game. 2 opportunities to make a play defensively with the ball in their hands, and they can't come up with it. This time Danielle Manning, Kitna just overthrows his receiver. Manning is right there and lost it and couldn't get it. Those are the kind of plays that this crowd will absolutely feed off if you can make them.
Mike Furry is in as a 3rd wide receiver. Jones carrying, gets tripped up, and a good play by Adam Archuleta, and then Alex Brown wrote him down. Archuleta coming up from a safety position with good penetration. And kind of busted up that play.
It's another guy that didn't play in the last matchup. Archuleta out with a hand injury.
Israel Adonijah comes in for Anthony Adams on the Bears defensive line. 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. Lions bring in 4 wide receivers and go empty backfield. 4-man rush for the Bears. Kitna throws short, well covered by Ricky Manning Jr. He made the hit on Troy Walters short of the 1st down marker. Then punted to Hester. Now Hester's in as a wide receiver. He caught a big pass during that winning drive in Philadelphia. Cedric Benson carries for a couple of yards. Make it 3 up to the 32. Boy, he is some weapon, maybe the most dangerous player in the NFL when he gets his hands on the ball.
That's right, and I think as Rod Marinelli said, I asked him before, you going to kick to him? He said, no, I would rather kick into Lake Michigan. Oh, there it is.
There it
kick
is.
into the big Lake Michigan other than give it to Devin Hester. But now you got a problem because he's going to get about 25 plays on offense today.
But Rod said it's supposed to float to the bottom. I don't know how that happens, but he wanted the ball going to the bottom. Benson up to the 35-yard line. Now here's the situation with the Bears. They just haven't been running the ball as well as they had in the past. Split out wide to the right. 1st down Bears at the 40-yard line. Benson, good hole, good run. Up close to midfield. Give him 9 on the carry. Ernie Sims, the leading tackler for the Lions, took him down. Now that's the kind of run the Bears want.
Well, Cedric Benson breaks a tackle. This guy's going to flash in here. They'll get a kick-out block, and then watch Benson just go straight downhill. See, they get a nice block right there on Boss Bailey. There's the hole. Now here's what you like. He breaks a tackle of Ernie Sims. And I think if you've watched Benson through the first 7 games, he's gone down relatively easy. That time it was good to see him break a tackle.
It's Benson behind the fullback McKee, and he's got a 1st down at the Lions 48. Time for our first update. Thanks, Kurt. That's the Caliendo upset special as they work on Sean Rogers' right arm.
And you saw the Bears just run straight downhill with success. Sean Rogers hasn't been out there.
They fake to Benson. Greasy fires at a beautiful leaping catch. Made down at the 33-yard line by Bernard Berrien. Berrien slow getting up. Pick up a 15 on the play.
And those are the soft spots I'm talking about, and Greasy knows it. Middle of the field versus the cover 2. Berrien coming from the left split end. He's going to flash right into the middle and then watch him go up and get it. Boss Bailey, the linebacker, never saw it.
Langston Moore is in at defensive tackle, number 79 for the Lions. Mark Bradley replaces Bernard Berrien. The toss, and it's dropped by Benson, and he picks it up. Benson has had trouble with tosses. He prefers the handoff. That toss has given him problems, and he juggled the football. Unfortunately for the Bears, recovered it.
Looked like they had something here, too, in terms of the hole with the big offensive lineman. Kreutz and Garza pulling out to lead the way. He just never put his eyes on the football. He was looking straight ahead when that ball hit him.
Loss of 1 on the play. Mark Bradley stays in wide receiver for the Bears. Benson goes in motion. Greasy on 2nd down, short and completing to the tight end Greg Olsen down to the 25-yard line. Olsen becoming more and more of an important weapon in this diversified Bears offense.
Very talented first-round draft choice. The NFL Combine went 6'5", ran a 254 pounds, ran a 4.51. He's got great hands. Ron Turner, the offensive coordinator, said he's really starting to feel his way now. Last time against Detroit, 2 catches. Since then, in 3 games, I think he's got 13 balls.
You're right. Adrian Peterson in at running back. Jared DeVries in at defensive end for the Lions. Muhsin Muhammad, and he's got a first down at the Lions' 18-yard line. Muhsin Muhammad, who caught the touchdown pass with 9 seconds to go in Philadelphia to give the Bears the big come-from-behind win last week.
Oh, he's come up big in a few games this year, and talking to him on Friday, he looked right at me and says, "Dog, we're winning this division at 11-5. It is what it is." Right now on their second drive, they're putting some pretty good stuff together, both running and throwing the football.
Devin Hester out wide to the left, too tight. The tight end on the left side is Desmond Clark. Benson, not much there, fights his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It's been a bit of a changeover from Thomas Jones to Cedric Benson as the lead back. I think Benson has won over the respect of his teammates for his competitiveness, but he hasn't had that big breakout. He had the 100-yard game in week 2, and since then he hasn't run for more than 67 in a game.
I think there's still part of this team that emotionally, believe it or not, have not let Thomas Jones go.
10th play of the drive. Benson shifts into the slot. Hester is wide left. Greasy looking, and they got him. Sean Rogers back in the game with the right arm wrap with the sack on Brian Greasy back to the 26-yard line.
Good coverage on the back end, and this is what it's about. You see Hester, a little combination route. You saw the linebacker right there in front of him in the zone. They couldn't get it to him. And then on the other side, Mark Bradley. He looked open to me. Here's the deal. There's the guy that starts it, Jared DeVries.
Bears
and Sean finishes him up.
Have to get to the 8-yard line for a first down. On third down, Gracie throws the screen to the tight end Olsen. Got a block from Ruben Brown. Gets taken down at the 21-yard line. And the field goal kicking unit will come out.
Of getting that thing through the uprights versus the Lions.
On first down, draw play, Kevin Jones slipped one tackle and picks up a couple of yards up to the 32-yard line. The Lions' second offensive possession. Kevin Jones, who came back from a bad foot injury. They kept him active on the roster from the start of the season. He's worked with the club, and now he's gotten back into top form.
Clearly their best back. And talking to Rod Marinelli, he said, I was getting 8,000 people telling me what to do. He goes, I talked to the kid, I talked to the owner, I talked to his parents, and to not put him on PUP and have him ready for maybe this game was big. Good decision, medical competitive edge.
3 wide receivers in, Kitna pressured, and they've got him. They sacked him 6 times in the last meeting. This is the 29th sack on John Kitna this season. Alex Brown gets there.
Watch the bull rush from the right end. Mark Anderson, who had 2 sacks. He's got 4 sacks in the last couple of games. There he is there. He's just going to push right through Jeff Backus. Boom, that's a bull rush. You get right in the center of his pads. Oh, a face mask right there. Morelli didn't see from the backside.
Bears have at least 1 sack in every game this season. Alex Brown and Mark Anderson share that sack. And it sets the Lions back. They've got to get to the 40-yard line for a first down. Kitna rolls, looks deep, and puts it up long for Roy Williams. He's bumped on the play. Flag. Danielle Manning bumped him against the Bears. Draw play, Kevin Jones, and the Bears are there. Wally Agunlia, along with Lance Briggs, making the stop on Kevin Jones. The Lions have to find a way to keep some of that pressure off. The Bears love to apply pressure.
Well, the way they do it is they've got to continue to run the football, and they got to have success. And if they end up getting in the 3rd and 6 pluses, 3rd and 7 and beyond, the Bears in that pass rush off the perimeter will be a problem for the Lions.
4 wide receivers for the Lions. Sean McDonald and Mike Furry join Roy Williams and Calvin Johnson. The play fake, the pass wide open is Furry. Falls down at the 5 and then is hit down by Manning at the 5-yard line. The man who led the NFC in receptions last season, Mike Furry's had a quiet year this year, but that's a big catch, and he was wide open on the play, a pickup of 23.
Archuleta again on the back end of that just slipped as Furry was coming out and really kind of filtered right into Archuleta's zone. Archuleta tried to break up on the ball and slipped and was on the ground. That's why Furry was so wide open.
First and goal, Lions. Sean McHugh and Casey Fitzsimmons, two tight ends. Fitzsimmons motions. Jones behind Bradley, and they stopped him for a loss. Good penetration on the play by the Bears. It's a 2-yard loss. Anthony Adams leading the way inside. Adams starting for the injured Darwin Walker, but Walker is suited up today.
And getting Darwin Walker back, I think, is going to be a big plus. Anthony Adams is going to come from this side of your screen. See, there's 95 right there, just tracking down the line of scrimmage, and as soon as Briggs forces it for the running back Kevin Jones to cut back in, Anthony Adams is right there to clean up the garbage.
Tremaine McBride in as a fifth defensive back. Kitna with time, nobody open, and they sack him again. That time, great coverage in the end zone by the Bears secondary, and Wally Ogunleye with a sack on John Kitna.
Kitna's got nowhere to go. That's a real good job by Tremaine McBride, getting a jam there and then filtering out to Furry. Same thing over here. He wanted Roy Williams. Roy's trying to figure it out, but at about this point where he's got an opening, the pressure was already on John Kitna from Adewale Ogunleye. And once John hits that back step, and if he can't throw on rhythm, that's when the sacks start to pile up for the opponent's defense.
4 wide receivers for the Lions. Third and goal from the 13. Kitna throws short. Sean McDonald is brought down at the 8-yard line. So this time, the Bears defense stiffens with the Lions in scoring position. Heading for a bye week. Greasy on first down. Throwing short to Adrian Peterson out of the backfield. Fights his way up to the 40-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play. Time for an update, and for that, as always, we go to our studio to Kurt Menefee.
Oh, Sam, keeping an eye on the NFC North. Kelly Holcomb now starting for the Vikings. Finds Vicente Shenko for the touchdown, and they lead the Eagles 7-3 in the first quarter. Sam and Tim.
Thank you, Kurt. Vikings trying to stay in the hunt as well. Big game against the Eagles. Both teams are 2-4. On 2nd and 5, it's Peterson with a good hold. And Peterson for a first down up to the 48-yard line. Kanoy Kennedy making the tackle on Adrian Peterson.
Watch the block by Reuben Brown on Corey Redding. Here's your left guard right there, and watch him take 78 and just wash him this way about 3 yards. He's going to turn. As soon as Corey Redding tries to slip inside, he gets out of his gap. Reuben Brown drives him 3 yards down the line of scrimmage, creates a huge hole for the running back to get up in there.
Toss to Devin Hester, and he's tripped up. Oh, tremendous play by Kanoy Kennedy as he burst into the backfield and tripped up Devin Hester before he could get going.
And this is one of those where they watched a lot of tape during the week and said, listen, if Hester gets back there and they try to do this thing and you see it by formation, Kanoy as the safety, I want you getting up on the line of scrimmage and flying to the perimeter. And that's exactly what he did. He was 3 yards, 4 yards in the backfield and made a tackle for 6 yards for loss.
Oh, great play by Kanoy Kennedy. 2 tight ends for the Bears. Adrian Peterson remains in the backfield. On 2nd and 16, Greasy under pressure, throws too far for the tight end Greg Olson going down the seam. He was covered by Gerald Alexander, and they wind up throwing more than they've been running. Gene Davison is the third wideout. Short to Adrian Peterson. Lions have it covered. Peterson gets to midfield and he's out of bounds. Short of the first down. OT with BCS standings, and then game 4 of the World Series. Kevin Jones on first down. Slipped one tackle. Nice run. Out of trouble. Up to the 12-yard line. Looks like he's about a yard short of the first down, but a good run by Kevin Jones as he was chased out by Danielle Manning. And Ricky Manning, excuse me, was the man chasing him out. The Bears have brought in Anthony Adams and Antonio Garay at the defensive tackle spots. Tremaine McBride comes in for Ricky Manning. Kevin Jones, 6 carries, 23 yards. On 2nd and 1, it's Jones. No hold. Bears, good job up front. And looks like he may be a little bit short. Good work up front by the Bears.
It's good work by Anthony Adams, eating up that double team and allowing his linebackers to get up inside. attempting to hold the running back before he could get that first down.
Adams hasn't had a great year, Tim.
No, he hasn't. He really hasn't played well, frankly. But here he is here, and you see the double team coming down on him right there. See him press into the guard, press into the guard. Then the backers can run downhill and meet Kevin Jones in the hole.
3rd and inches for the Bears. John Bradley lined up at fullback. And Kim wanted to put him up and Briggs sacks him. Oh, wow. The Lions outsmarted themselves. They tried to catch the Bears thinking run, and instead it was Briggs getting to Kitna.
Watch both D linemen go this way. Briggs finds the hole right up the gut. Running back Kevin Jones doesn't even see him. He's the blitz pickup guy. Lance Briggs, like he was shot out of a cannon right there, firing through the hole for the big-time sack.
3rd sack of the game for the Bears.
Wow.
And deep in their own territory, boy.
Virtually impossible there with a 2%. Must win here for the Bears.
Cedric Benson back in the game. Short pickup on the play, maybe a yard on 1st down. Yeah, you go 3 and 5, your chances of making the playoffs are next to nothing. But if you can get to 4 and 4, as Lovie Smith and Brian Urlacher said to us, it's a new season.
Well, it is a new season, and they've got their bye next week, which would give them a chance to be 4 and 4, 500, right in the middle of the picture, and getting guys healthy. In particular, getting Nathan Vasher back.
2 tight ends in. No empty backfield, everybody out. Quick throw by Greasy is complete to Bernard Berrien, and he's brought down in Lions territory. Here's an update on the Steelers and Bengals. Kurt Menefee.
All right, Sam. Ben Roethlisberger and Hines Ward hooked up for a touchdown in the 1st quarter. 2nd quarter, same duo. This time from 6 yards out. And the Bengals are in a hole quickly. 14-0, Pittsburgh on top. Back to Sam and Tim.
Thanks, Kurt. Bengals at 2 and 4. The Steelers at 4 and 2. Devin Hester is in, split out wide from the left side. They hand it off to Benson, and Benson fights his way for a 1st down, carrying Paris Lennon, the middle linebacker, for a couple of yards to make that 1st down at the Lions' 44-yard line.
You know, Benson's body language, he's always got his head down, he's always walking around, he's kind of a different guy. And I asked Brian Urlacher about it. I said, well, what is it? He goes, well, he doesn't talk a lot. He's kind of a loner. But he really is a good guy. Once you get to know him, and it was hard in the beginning, he said once you open up to him and you start talking to him first, he's actually a pleasurable guy to get to know.
Hester out to the right side, the play fake. Greasy looking for him, goes short to Benson. Benson is gang tackled at the 39-yard line, trying to fight for extra yardage. He's gang tackled at the 39-yard line, trying to fight for extra yardage. He's gang tackled at the 39-yard line, trying to fight for
right back at us, Sam, and says, you know what, we miss TJ. He said, I still talk to him all the time, Thomas Jones, but the fact is that we have to let him go. Cedric Benson is our guy. We've got to support him. We will support him. The fact is, they're just hoping if they continue to get his touches, he's going to have a breakout game.
The toss to Benson, cuts it back, and comes up just a little short of the 1st down line. Fernando Bryant has gone out of the game for the Lions. Visits. 2 tight ends in. Benson, a couple of blocks. More than enough for the 1st down. Fights his way to the 30-yard line where he's wrestled down by Ernie Sims and Kenoy Kennedy.
Everybody doing a good job of blocking down here. Watch John Gilmore right there. He's going to get a good down block on Corey Smith. See there, a nice double team. That's just how you draw it up. Clark getting up in the hole, McKee getting up in the hole, and the beauty of it is Cedric Benson, a defender had hands on him right there, and he was able to run through the tackle of Gerald Alexander.
Benson and McKee in the backfield. Bears at the Lions 30. Lions showing blitz. Benson bounces it the other way. And again comes up with a couple of yards on first down.
What I think they're trying to do with this run game and really feeding it to Cedric Benson on this drive is to, and with a couple of positive runs, is to get Detroit out of that cover 2 shell with 4 defenders deep in coverage. And if you can run the ball, which you should be able to versus that defense, that safety will then have to buzz and lurk up into the box to help stop the run. Then offensively through the air, you'll get the matchups you want.
Mark Bradley in as a 3rd wide receiver. Desmond Clark motions out. Greasy under pressure, throwing short. Cedric Benson out of the backfield down to the 26-yard line. Picked up a couple. Paris Lennon was there to take him down.
Good stuff there by Dwayne White, who's moving over to the right side to play right end today because Kalim Edwards is down with an injury. This is a guy that came up to Detroit from Tampa because of Rod Marinelli in the offseason. Just the comfort level, having, Rod coached him defensive line down in Tampa, coaches teachings, coaches knowledge, and he's really played well for him. 3 sacks against the Bucs last week.
Devin Hester in the game, out to the right side. Adrian Peterson in the backfield. Greasy checking off at the line. This is 3rd and 6 for the Bears. Greasy puts it up deep, going for Bradley, and it's intercepted. Kenoy Kennedy comes over, takes it out of the end zone, and is out of bounds at the 7-yard line.
Kennedy was already using range to get over there and get himself that interception.
Lions tied for the league lead in takeaways at 16 coming into the game, get their 17th, 10th interception. On first down, Kevin Jones breaking a tackle. Good run by Jones. Up to the 25-yard line. He picked up 18 on the play. With the injury to Nathan Batcher, Tremaine McBride getting playing time. Kitna throws, completes to Calvin Johnson. And he gets up to the 47-yard line. Only the 7th pass thrown by John Kitna here in the first half. Pickup of 21 on the play. Kitna 5 for 7, 66 yards. Calvin Johnson's first catch of the game. Kitna's been sacked 3 times. But the Lions have started on the 7-yard line, now up to the 47. Charles Tillman, left cornerback, covering Calvin Johnson. Swing it out to Jones, juggles and drops it. Took his eyes off the ball. Looked like he wanted to see who was around him. And never got the handle. Charles Tillman looks like he's a little
on that
shaken.
That play, that in route by, I see him shaking his head there by Calvin Johnson. He took a pretty good shot, I think, from his own defender. Call that friendly fire. He was getting Calvin Johnson down, and somebody came over the top trying to get a last lick in, and I think went helmet to helmet with Charles Tillman. They cannot afford another injury at corner. No doubt about that.
2nd down and 10. The play fake by Kitna. He's got time. Flag on the play. He finds Calvin Johnson at the Bears 30. He took a hard hit from Adam Archuleta. But Calvin Johnson with each week just is more and more impressive.
You know how the quarterback thing is. It's a whole different animal.
Kitna sends everybody out. Throws and completes for Roy Williams. Charles Tillman takes him down at the 20-yard line. Very close to the first down. Roy says it is a first down, and the officials agree.
John, is, with the exception of the sacks, he is having a terrific season for Mike Martz and this offensive football team.
Darwin Walker back in on the defensive line for the Bears.
Such a great feel. Says every day with Mike Martz, he says he learns a new concept. You've been in the league double-digit years. Every year, Sam, or every day, excuse me, he says he learns something new.
3 wide receivers for the Lions. This drive has consumed 73 yards. McDonald went in motion. Getting the pressure. Gets it to Sean McDonald. Slips one man. He's ridden out of bounds by Ricky Manning at the 15-yard line. Good play calling for the Lions. Mike Martz has done a terrific job in his 2nd year as offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. He has brought Kitna's career back to life.
Well, that's a reoccurring theme. You hear the same thing from Roy Williams. Almost every guy on this offense will tell you Mike Martz has brought their game to a new level. You heard the same things in St. Louis when he was there. The guy is very, very bright. thinks outside of the box and is ahead of the game offensively.
On 2nd and 6. The play fake end around to Calvin Johnson again. Inside the 10, hauled down at the 4-yard line. It's a first down. McDonald in motion. Kevin Jones straight ahead, and he's in. Touchdown. An 8-play, 93-yard drive by the Detroit Lions. They are best in the league in takeaways and points off of takeaways. Wide receiver for the Bears, Adrian Peterson in the backfield. Reese throwing to his tight end, Desmond Clark. First down at the 31-yard line.
This is where Brian Griese and the offense have been their best. The no-huddle 2-minute drill. He's calling his own plays, working it down the field.
Griese with time, swings it out to Peterson, juggles, holds on, goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Actually lost a yard on the play.
See, what happens is if they get out of bounds or the clock stops, then Griese will look to the sideline and he'll get a call in through the audio in his helmet. If they do not stop the clock and they got to keep it going, then Griese's calling his own plays.
Fernando Bryant, who went out earlier, is back in at left cornerback for the Lions. Griese with the highest passer rating in the 2-minute offense. It's the best since 1994. Some other big names there. Griese in trouble. Rolling away, being chased, and gets rid of it. Desmond Clark, no catch. Incomplete, it hit the turf.
Desmond Clark wants it reviewed. He's yelling over at the sideline, throw the flag, I caught it.
There's no, that review, if there were one, that would come from upstairs. Here's 3rd and 10 for the Bears. Corey Redding with good pressure on Griese on the last play.
Good pressure across the board. Corey Redding, Jared DeVries, Dwayne White all got in there.
3 wide receivers, Berrien, Muhammad, and Hester. Griese gets pressure again, gets away and runs. He's close to the first down, took a hit from Keith Smith. It strummed it a little bit.
Sure he will.
4 wide receivers. Kitna sends everybody out. Hooks up short with Sean McDonald at the 29-yard line. There's a flag on the play for the youngster out of Mississippi, a 7th-round draft pick.
And if you talk to the players here, they said, hey, from day one in minicamp to being a 7th-round draft choice and only 5'9", he earned his stripes. The veterans right away knew that and went up and told Jerry Angelo, you stole one in the 7th round. Tremaine McBride, pretty good player.
Kitna on first down. Completes to McDonald, and he steps out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Good work along the sideline by McDonald.
See the timeouts left up there.
One thing that Rod Marinelli talks about is the next snap. The next snap, just playing each snap, and he is drilled it into his players' heads and fighting and battling, and they have shown that competitiveness all season long. Out of the shotgun, everybody out. Kitna, and completes it. Once again to Sean McDonald, up across the 40 at the 42-yard line. Got enough for the first down. Lions going no huddle. The clock running. Working out of the shotgun. Was hit as he throws, but he finds his man, Roy Williams. Pulled down by Danielle Manning at the Bears' 34-yard line. And now they use their final timeout. Lions work out of the shotgun with 4 wide receivers in. The blitz coming. Kitna puts it up long and is incomplete with Tremaine McBride. Good coverage along with Danielle Manning on Roy Williams. Williams thought he was pushed.
To make an easy interception.
Last 2 possessions, Lions have scored a touchdown and a field goal. Kevin Jones on first down, a couple of yards, and then he's pulled down by McBride and Lance Briggs. Tremaine McBride, the rookie cornerback, and Lance Briggs taking down Kevin Jones. Lovie Smith.
Do you get the feeling when we were up at the facility on Friday that the Bears have somewhat lost their swagger, that psychological advantage to where they felt like, and they did own everybody?
It's different from last year.
You get a different feeling,
Very
right?
different from last year, without a doubt.
I think the second half of that Dallas game, they took one on the chin, and they haven't been able to consistently recover.
Fake draw, Kitna steps up, throws, and a sliding grab made by Sean McDonald at midfield. Great catch by McDonald. We talked about Furry having kind of a quiet year. McDonald's had a step-up year.
They love him. They said Sean McDonald is a special guy, the way that he's got a feel for the details of this offense. Of course, he did a bunch of it with Mike Martz in St. Louis. He's going to find the soft spot in the zone here. You love the concentration. As he slides down, it's a low football. Able to still get both hands under it. You can't see it there, but both hands under the football.
Jones, after a 29-yard pickup, he picks up 2 yards. We're going to the sideline to Mike Hall, who's traveling the sidelines for us today. Mike, what's going on?
Sam, I talked with both coaches. As you'd expect, Lovie Smith was short and frustrated, saying the only good news is they're only down 13. Rod Marinelli was very stoic, though, said just the running game was solid. One thing brought a smile to his face when I asked him about how they've been kicking to Devin Hester. He turned, looked at me, smiled, and said, "You don't see any points on the board, do you?"
Thanks, Mike. You're right about that. That's got to please the coach. It's tough to get Rod Marinelli to smile. He just thinks about the next play. Kitna turns, hands off to Kevin Jones for a couple of yards down to the Bears' 44-yard line. After the game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, his former team, the Lions doused him with the ice bucket, and he didn't appreciate it.
Watch Archuleta right here get doused by who I just circled, George Foster. Watch this hit.
Oh.
Pow! Oh, Sam.
Foster's picked up his game the last couple of weeks. He was struggling early on.
No question.
There's a big third down play. 3rd and 5. Kitna completes it to Mike Furry. It's a first down at the Bears' 35-yard line. Once again, Kitna coming up with a good play and finding the open man.
I think it's almost as simple as John Kitna going to the line of scrimmage and seeing what Chicago is in. If they're going to show those 2 deep safeties, that means there's 7 guys in the box. I think John Kitna's going to turn and hand it off. If he looks out there and he sees that there's only 1 safety in the box, then he's going to throw the football out on the perimeter.
Fitzsimmons lines up at fullback. Off the play fake. Kitna going short to Casey Fitzsimmons. Out of the backfield and down the 25-yard line. He's got enough for the first down. First down, Lions at the Bears' 25-yard line. And a little shovel pass to Jones, but Antonio Garay right there to take him down, give him a yard on the pickup. Nice play by Garay.
You know, that last play, we saw John Kitna come to the line of scrimmage. Didn't like what he saw, so he called a timeout. That's the 3rd time we've seen him do that today, and I think why he's doing it, Mike Martz, the offensive coordinator, doesn't believe in a lot of audibles. As a matter of fact, he hasn't called one in like 7 years in terms of his offense. And I think when Kitna gets up there, he's got the play called. And to me, I think Chicago's in the absolute perfect defense to defend it without an audible. John Kitna's got to call a timeout.
Here's 2nd and 9. Kitna under pressure. And that pass is wide of Roy Williams. Only the 5th incompletion thrown by John Kitna in the game today. Roy Williams coming back to the huddle. Boy, John Kitna has been the perfect leader for the Lions. He's hung in there. He's taken hits. He was sacked 3 times in the first half, but he's withstood the pressure and come up with big plays.
And relishes this offensive system from Mike Martz. He said there is no doubt. Said he wouldn't have been good early as a young player, but now, long in the tooth, double-digit years in pro football, he said it is a dream to play for Mike Martz.
McHugh, the tight end, went in motion. Kitna gets time, and he completes it to Sean McHugh for a first down. Kitna 4 for 4 on 3rd down passing. And he hooks up with another receiver. That's the 8th different receiver that he's connected with in the game.
And this is classic Mike Martz stuff. They'll run Furry out, which is just going to clear it out for Sean McHugh. See, Furry just gets the corner to step inside a little bit. He's going to carry this guy deep. This guy has to settle just enough so that McHugh can find a little soft spot. Kitna throws the ball before he even makes his turn or break.
Wide receivers, Kitna pointing out where the defensive backs are to Sean McDonald. He hands to Jones. A little cut inside. Jones gets down to the 11-yard line. drive that started at the Lions' 20-yard line to start the half has gone nearly 5.5 minutes. Their ball control has been excellent. Their third down conversions have been outstanding. Lions playing a terrific game.
And the beauty of what they're doing is it's balanced. The Lions are, last year under Martin, they're a throwing football team. That's their MO. 13 rushes already for Kevin Jones.
Three wide receivers again. McHugh, the tight end, motions, getting the rolls, fakes, and just threw that one, almost a snap throw. McHugh and Sean McDonald were downfield. It's incomplete.
Well, watch both linebackers. They sniff it out when you look at Briggs and Urlacher right there. They want a little shovel pass here to Kevin Jones. Both of these guys are playing it, and Kitna can't go to it. See, John wanted to go there. Briggs and Urlacher had it, so he had to go to the contingency plan to his number 2 read. Did not make a good throw.
So here is 3rd and 8. They have to get to the 4-yard line for a first down. 3 wide receivers. Kitna gets time, throwing to the end zone. A leaping catch, but out of bounds. What an effort by Calvin Johnson. Bears' first possession of the second half. Now, can they turn this into a momentum swing in their favor? As the Lions had the ball for 6 minutes and came up empty. Cedric Benson, good run on first down. The ball popped loose, but it ruled down. The official said he was down. And the official emphatically pointing to the ground. Lions after the ball. Benson picking up 8 yards on first down.
Look how far the ball is out and away from his body. Now he's going to tuck it in right there. Right knee looks like the right knee is clearly down when that ball comes out. If it wasn't the right knee, the right shin was certainly on the turf.
There's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Greasy throwing short, broken up. McKee, the fullback, hit hard on the play by Boss Bailey. Let's go to Kurt Menefee for an update.
Well, guys, the Carolina Panthers came out and scored first against Indy. Since then, it's been all Colts. Joseph Adai with a touchdown catch and run, his 2nd of the day, and they lead it 17-7 early in the 3rd. Sam and Tim.
Thank you, Kurt. Indy trying to go 7-0.
Got Devin Hester out there, split out to the right side. Sam right here for Chicago.
3 wide receivers. Muhammad, Mark Berrien, Devin Hester. Greasy looking, throws behind Berrien. Some confusion on that call because Greasy was looking for Berrien to make a move. And Bears start from the 17. Kitna throws quickly to Roy Williams. And he's up to the 20-yard line, and that's all. Pickup of 3 on the play.
And there's got to be something wrong with Tommy Harris because they've got their nickel out there right now, and Tommy Harris is their best inside pass rusher. As a matter of fact, he's at a career-high 6 sacks, and he's been beat up and injured all year. He's been up and down, inconsistent. Said he came back for that Minnesota game a couple of weeks ago, Sam, was the worst game that he played. But the thing that stuck out to me, he said, I tried to give the guys a morale boost. And I looked around the huddle, he goes, guys' eyes were different. It's not the same with the way they're playing defense this year.
Kitna trying to set up the screen, flushed out, he rolls, he looks, and he throws it away. And there's a late flag, just came in.
And look, he goes, we have to win this game.
That's right.
We have to. I said, Tommy, what's going on? He goes, I know you, I know what you're all about. He goes, I'm not going to lie to you. Frankly, we're not playing good on defense. I believe in the system. Guys have got to get it figured out.
And Tommy Harris on the field here on a 3rd and long. Lions have to get to the 29 for a first down. Kitna pressured, throws. It's incomplete. Good pressure that time. Adam Archuleta was blitzing. Lance Briggs coming hard. And good pressure on John Kitna to get rid of it. And the Lions are 3 and out.
And I think defensively, because John Kitna has such a good feel for what Chicago wants to do with the zone stuff, is you've got to turn up some blitzes on him. You've got to show some man coverage. You've got to get guys in John Kitna's face like we saw right there with Archuleta.
Devin Hester trying to figure out which way Nick Harris will go with a punt. He lets it fly, and Hester's got a chance to bring it back from the 35. Here he goes. Hester still going and brought down at the Lions 25. That time, they needed to kick it into Lake Michigan. Well, Rod Marinelli has to be shaking his head about giving Devin Hester the chance. He didn't want to. Bears from the Lions, 26. Cedric Benson, flag on the play. Benson with a strong run down to the 15-yard line, but we'll check out the flag.
They're going to get Reuben Brown. He was pulling around and just put his arm right around the defender's face mask, and I think got him up top.
Attempt in the first half, and then Ryan Greasy threw an interception. This is Devin Hester taking the quick pass, and it's played well by Keith Smith. He's done a good job in a nickel situation.
Really good job.
Back.
Really good job by Keith Smith, because they're doing anything, Chicago, to try to find ways to get the ball into Devin Hester's hands. And that time, just the missile screen or the little smoke screen, and Keith Smith was all over it.
2nd and 20 for the Bears. Adrian Peterson has come into the backfield.
They got to get the wild card involved. The old wily vet, Muhsin Muhammad, has got to start becoming a part of this offense here in the second half.
Two tight ends in for Chicago. Everybody out. Greasy throws outside. Complete to Muhsin Muhammad. And he fights his way down the 20-yard line. And the Moose calls go up. Second catch of the game for Muhsin Muhammad. Up in the slot to the right side. Adrian Peterson in the backfield. Everybody out. Greasy throws. Greg Olsen, touchdown! He beat the safety Kenoy Kennedy on the play. And the Bears, after the great punt return by Devin Hester, turn it into a touchdown that they needed badly.
Great execution by Greg Olsen. They talked about him being a great route runner. He runs the corner route. He's going to come from over here, but he runs just to the corner. He gets behind Fernando Bryant and in front of the safety. That's a lot of pressure when Devin Hester is part of that little bunch. And you see Hester 23. Watch Bryant just take a step towards him. Sam, that's what opens up that little window behind him in front of the safety for Greg Olsen on the touchdown. And beautiful throw by Greasy.
Tim, a little credit to the old line, because everybody was out on that play, and they did a good job of giving Greasy time to find Olsen.
Absolutely. If you give Bryant time, he's going to find his guys. But again, I don't think you can stress enough what Devin Hester does to defenses. Even though he's not out there a lot and he's just starting to find his way in the offense, he's a big play waiting to happen. Bryant took one too many steps his way, opened the window for Olsen on the touchdown.
And for the Bears, Lions start from the 31. Kevin Jones finds the hole. Oh, great run by Jones, breaking tackles, and finally he's brought down. Missed tackles have been a huge problem for the Bears all season long. They missed about 3 on that run.
Well, and conversely, on the other side of the ball, when you watch Benson run, he doesn't break tackles. Cedric Benson, and now Kevin Jones. Watch all the tackles that he's going to break here. He's just going to get right up here in this crease. Little lag draw. Bradley with a good block there, but now watch the missed tackles. Okay, there's a shot there by Archuleta. Then Tillman falls off of him. Now there's Danielle Manning. Hunter Hillenmeyer trying to punch it out. Kevin Jones downhill, breaking tackles. Good stuff for the Lions.
On first down, it's T.J. Duckett, his first carry of the game. It's about a yard on the play. Kevin Jones has now carried 14 times for 89 yards in the game.
And has not had a lot of success historically here at Soldier Field. If you look at Kevin Jones' numbers since he's been a Lion and playing here, he hasn't had a lot of success. This is clearly his best day on this field.
Jones picked up 34 on that last run. He's back in now for T.J. Duckett. The ball at the Bears, 34.
The more he runs, the more he has success, the more brilliant Marinelli and his staff look for not putting him on the PUP, physically unable to perform.
4 wide receivers for the Lions. Kitna throws and completes it to Sean McDonald. Spinning, gets to the sideline, gets a first down, out of bounds at the Bears' 23-yard line. Lance Briggs missed the tackle. And on it goes. And we talked to Brian Urlacher about it. He said sometimes it's lack of concentration. They said they practice it, they work on the drills, but they miss tackles, and it's been a problem all season.
I'm telling you, psychologically, this team has had a hangover since the second half of that Dallas game. They haven't been the same defense, Sam, emotionally, and then it shows up physically.
Quick pass, batted away. That's a good play by Hunter Hillenmeyer, who was lined up outside. He went up in a hurry. Week 4 in Detroit, they went into the fourth quarter with the Lions fans sleeping. It was 13-3 Bears, but then the Lions got it going. The offense worked, the defense worked. Keith Smith with a return for a touchdown, another touchdown pass, a touchdown run, a return of an onside kick, and an NFL record 34 points in the fourth quarter. And the Lions beat the Bears 37-27. Right here, 2nd and 10, Furry in motion. Kidna with time, goes short to Furry, and he's down to the 11-yard line. Kidna, a lot of patience, a lot of poise, and found his man for 12 yards. 3rd catch by Mike Furry.
We heard me talking about the Dallas game. The Detroit game was the week after, and I think what happened in that fourth quarter was that the Lions just reopened that wound from the second half of the Dallas game, and you saw the swagger go south for this football team. Came back out the next week, did not play good against Green Bay in the first half in the Minnesota game. I mean, this defense is in disarray emotionally.
There's Jones inside the 10, and he's wrestled back as he crossed the 10-yard line. Bears now have Tommy Harris and Darwin Walker in at the defensive tackle positions. So the Lions with a good answer after the Bears scored. Bears defense. You know what's interesting is the Bears lead the league in 3 and outs. The defense does. And yet, at times they'll play well, and other times they
just hit or
blow
miss.
up.
They also lead the league, or second to last in the league, in allowing big plays.
Kidna, everybody out. He has time. And the ball is caught by Roy Williams. McBride takes him down at the 3-yard line. Good catch. Roy Williams juggled. Boy, they have 2 superb outside men, Roy Williams and Calvin Johnson.
And John Kidna knows how to get it to him. That's the beauty of it all. Kidna can get to his 3rd read. As long as that offensive line is giving him the protection that he needs, and that's been the problem, Kidna knows exactly where he's going to go with the football.
And then when you worry about them, McDonald and Furry catch the passes. 2 tight ends in for the Lions. 3rd and a yard at the 3. Kevin Jones busting down the 1-yard line. And 4th, and now it's 1st and goal for the Lions inside the 1. Fitzsimmons motions. Kevin Jones stop. That's a great job inside by the interior of the Bears defense, as well as the linebacker Hunter Hillenmeyer getting in there. Anthony Adams was there. 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line. Kidna rolling and looking in the end zone and throws it away up into the crowd. I wonder if he had any family up there. No? Good grab up there.
You're going to throw it back? Oh no. Oh no.
So now a 3rd and goal. Well, got himself a nice souvenir. Good job. Rod Marinelli wants 7 from his offense.
Huge play for this Bears defense in terms of the confidence factor.
2 tight ends, both to the right side for the Lions. Bradley, the fullback. The toss to Jones behind Bradley. And the Bears string it out. Urlacher shoved him out of bounds. That's a big stand by the Bears after they gave up a 1st down on the offside call to Tommy Harris. The defense came up big.
Terrific job by Urlacher right here. He's the corner support guy. Watch him fight off this block of John Bradley there. Still keeps his outside shoulder free, can stay on his feet to run Kevin Jones out of bounds. Big time play by Brian Urlacher. Look at that and where it is there on the 40. The percentage in scoring versus inside your own 20. That's a big number.
Now the Bears need a big comeback. Greasy throwing on 1st down wide of Bernard Berrien. Big day on Fox, doubleheader football day. Washington Redskins and the New England Patriots. Patriots 7-0, Washington 4-2. That's coming up. Then the OT and the new BCS standings. USC lost again. And then game 4 of the World Series. Rockies trying to stay alive, and the Red Sox trying to win it all. Wrap it up tonight. Great day. Benson with a good run. He picked his way, found the hole, and he's into Lions territory at the 48. 12-yard pickup for Cedric Benson.
A couple of good blocks across the board. Not easy to move Sean Rogers out. Watch Owen Kreutz right here. He and Reuben Brown working together. That's just great vision by Benson, because that hole was plugged and Benson caught it all the way back against the grain to pick up a positive gain.
Blitz coming. Greasy steps up under pressure, and that pass almost intercepted.
That is intercepted.
It ruled an interception, and the defender was down by contact. Greasy hurt on the play. That's the 11th interception of the season for the Lions. 18 takeaways. On first down, Kitna hits Roy Williams, and he steps out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. Time for an NFL update. Let's go to Kurt Menefee.
Here's a shock. More scoring for the Indy offense. Peyton Manning, 59-yard touchdown pass to Reggie Wayne. Second on the day for Manning. Number 288 in his career. Breaks Johnny Unitas' Colts record. It's all Indy 24-7. Back to Sam and Tim.
He is just a pleasure to watch play football. Thank you, Kurt. It's building up to that big showdown next week. New England and Indianapolis. Jones and Bradley in the backfield. It's Bradley, the 300-pound fullback. Bradley gets a first down. It was second and a yard. Ball back at the Lions 42. Jones bouncing off one man. Taken down at the 45-yard line. Lance Briggs and Adam Archuleta combine on the stop on Kevin Jones, who has had a solid game as he approaches the 100-yard mark.
This is the biggest workload that he's had to date this season. I think, once again, you can't say it enough. If he had been put on the PUP, physically unable to perform, by rule, he would just be getting back this week, which would mean 2 more weeks of pads. He wouldn't be ready for 2 or 3 weeks. Very clever by Rod and his staff to have him ready to go right now.
And he's playing well. Everybody out. Kitna looking. Now he's hit and sacked for the 4th time in the game. Tommy Harris got there. Bears have 25 sacks this season. That's number 7 for Tommy Harris.
Tommy's just working on Steven Peterman. He's pressing what you call the B gap. That's the outside gap of the guard. Here's Tommy right here, and he's just going to work a rip move up to the outside of Peterman, 66. Work it, work it, work it. Now, if there's one thing that John Kitna has been guilty of, that's holding the football too long. That's a coverage sack. Gave Tommy Harris an opportunity to get him down for a loss.
Israel Adonijah in at defensive tackle for the Bears. Kitna throws to Roy Williams across midfield, and he's brought down at the Bears' 49-yard line.
They've got the ball back and have stymied Chicago drive.
Cedric Benson barely made it back to the line of scrimmage. No game on the play. Benson has carried 14 times for 49 yards in the game. Again, it's that 3 yards, 2 yards. He's had a couple of good runs today, but other than that, no big ones. Not many broken tackles.
If they're going to come back and win this game, it's got to be on Greasy's arm too.
Right.
We've seen him do it a couple of times already this year.
Benson and McKee in the backfield. Play fake, in trouble. Dwayne White's got him. White, who had a couple of sacks last week against his former team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, gets one here. 2nd sack of the game for the Lions.
It's exactly what he told us about John Tate. I said, what are you going to do against Tate? He goes, I'm going to show him an outside rush, and then basically I'm going to come up here and then break it inside. It's exactly what he does. He's going to flash outside. As soon as Tate throws those hands up, boom, knocks him down, gets skinny, works the half a man, gets himself a big-time sack.
And there's the after effect of a virtual no gain on first down, passing, and the Lions go all out and get to Greasy. Now, 3rd and long. Greasy's pass incomplete. 3 and out for the Bears. Fans react. Lions from the Bears, 45. The toss to Kevin Jones, led by John Bradley. Ball's out. And Bears say they've got it. Still got scrambling going on, pushing and shoving on the sideline. The Bears have come up with the football. Raiola and Kreutz, the high school classmates. They were teammates in high school in Hawaii. They need 2 scores from the 39. Gracie fleeing blitz, connects with Berry, and he dropped it. Had it, juggled, dropped it. Keith Smith covering on the play.
Great job by Gracie. You read a blitz, they send the pressure right up the gut. Berrien is wide open. Here comes the blitz. Sims, who put a big shot on him last time, terrific throw. Berrien just turned his head before he was able to bring the ball in for the catch.
Berrien is inconsistent. At times he can be brilliant, especially on the deep balls, and that one should have been caught, and he let it get away. Rasheed Davis is in. 3 wide receivers for the Bears. Gracie checking off at the line. Gracie has time, pass behind, and falls incomplete. It was thrown on the back shoulder of the tight end Desmond Clark. Stanley Wilson almost had the interception. Came very, very close.
Brian Gracie just a little bit off today.
I agree.
Especially in comparison to the last 2 or 3 weeks where he's been really, really good. Look at those second half numbers.
He's been good in comeback situations. Devin Hester is in the game as a 3rd wide receiver, and he's out far to the right side. Everybody out. Gracie with time. Now rolls. Throwing back across to Hester. And they've got him. But Hester finds a way to get open. It's a big first down for the Bears. At the Lions' 42-yard line, they picked up 19 on the play.
Here's Hester here. He's just going to drag across the middle of the field. Going to run an in route. Now at the scramble drill. Gracie scrambling. Comes back towards the quarterback. Good thing Ernie Sims has got a lot of heat, number 50, to be able to get Hester down from behind.
Hester to the sideline. Cedric Benson is back on the field and is actually lined up in the slot with McKee, the fullback, in the backfield. Gracie in trouble, rolls, throws too low. Intended for Cedric Benson.
Get some urgency going.
Yeah. Benson's not a real good pass receiver, and he was kind of flat-footed on the play. He made
It wasn't a great throw. The throw was low, but you want to see some emotion. You want to see some desire.
Adrian Peterson, who's a better pass receiver out of the backfield, comes on the field. 3 wide receivers in for Chicago. The toss to Peterson. Cuts it back. Gets a couple of yards, and then he's pulled down at the 39-yard line. Corey Smith with the tackle. Corey Smith playing for the injured Kalimba Edwards.
And this is what you call pursuit, playing snap to whistle, because Corey Smith is all the way over there. He's going to flash. He's going to run all the way to this side of the field and get in on the tackle. That's what it's all about. And if you're a young kid watching at home, it's snap to whistle. You can't believe how many good things happen to defenders if they play to the whistle.
3 wide receivers for the Bears. 3rd and 7. Gracie steps up. Blitz coming. Gracie throws behind Mark Bradley. Late flag. Fans respond. Stanley Wilson was the man covering Bradley. 2 tight ends in for the Bears. First down at the Detroit 27-yard line. Short drop by Gracie. Little fake. Puts it up deep for Bradley. And it's intercepted. And bringing it out of the end zone is Gerald Alexander. Alexander spins to the 30-yard line. The pass was tipped by Keith Smith, and Alexander was there to take it. 3rd interception of the game, thrown by Brian Gracie. Coverage on the play. He's had a good game.
He's had 2 real good games this season against Chicago.
3 takeaways for the Lions. They came into the game tied for the league lead with 16 takeaways. They've had 3 today, and they have 12 interceptions on the season.
And what did Lovey tell us? I said, Lovey, what's going on with your team? He says, look, it's almost as easy as this. If we win the turnover ratio, the turnover battle, we're probably going to win the game. Their turnovers all year have been catastrophic. Coming into the game today, 19 giveaways for their football team offensively. Hard to win games like that.
And 2 interceptions in the end zone.
Brutal. Came into the season -7 in the turnover ratio.
So the Lions with a 2-score lead and under 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Kevin Jones brought down by Alex Brown at the 39-yard line. Kevin Jones is over 100 yards for the game. Turnover margin, if you win it, the bigger you win it, the better your chances of winning the game.
Here's where they are today, right at -2 there.
That's for the Bears on the minus side.
9%
for the Lions on the plus side.
91% right
go.
there for the Lions.
First 100-yard game of the season for Kevin Jones, the 7th of his career. 22 carries, 105 yards.
A solid performance all the way around for the Lions on offense and defense today.
Jones has been a workhorse. Kitna with time. And that pass is caught by Roy Williams. They have taken advantage of the rookie McBride when they've had to, and Williams is McBride's been overmatched trying to guard and cover Roy Williams.
When you think of the size contrast, McBride goes about 5'9". Roy's every bit of 6'3".
That's right.
And he's been giving him a big cushion all day, and we've seen a few times where Roy has just broken off those routes and turned around and been an easy pitch and catch from the quarterback. Should be interesting now with 2 scores if Mike Martz is still going to put a high risk plays together in terms of putting the ball up in the air and giving Chicago a chance to get a takeaway.
First down at their 45, 3 wide receivers in, short pass, and it is complete to Roy Williams, and they pick up 9. Passes like that are pretty safe. And once again, working on the rookie McBride.
And that's just too easy. Again, you can't say enough about the contrast in size. 5'9", 6'3". He's just going to break inside. He's already got outside leverage, which tells Roy, I'm breaking it inside, and there it is on the slant route.
Roy Williams, 8 catches, 76 yards. McBride goes to the sideline. The Lions,
they're going to milk the clock now.
Yes,
they will milk this play clock all the way down to 1 or so before they snap it. Let's watch John Kitna work this thing.
Bears have all 3 of their timeouts remaining. It's Kevin Jones slipping through and getting just enough. It looks like he'll have enough for the first down. Let's see where they spot it. Kept slipping one tackle and another. But this is a new version of the Detroit Lions. We have seen their transition. We've seen them lose big on the road and then come into Chicago in a very important division game, and they are playing a whale of a game, battling for every inch as their coach wants them to.
All ball, all the time, Rod Marinelli. These guys earn their opportunity to play in a big game. Today's a big game, and all been good for the Lions.
3rd and inches. And a great job by the Bears inside on the big fullback, led by Lance Briggs. He stopped John Bradley short of the first down. Hester is in the game as a wide receiver. Greasy from the goal line connects with Greg Olsen. He's out of bounds at the 15. Picked up 6 on the play. Brian Greasy.
Chicago still with 2 timeouts left. They can work anywhere on the football field. Just find the open man. They got to get some big chunks here down the field now with it being 2 scores.
Greasy 16 for 30, 147 yards, 1 touchdown, but 3 interceptions. 9 in his 5 games as the starting quarterback. He connects again with Olsen. Olsen gets an extra 5 yards, goes out of bounds at the 25-yard line, a first down for the Bears. Greasy working the sideline with Greg Olsen. The Lions giving them short chunks of yardage here.
They'll give that because I think they're so worried about Devin Hester deep. Here's Devin. He's down here at the bottom of your screen.
Hester, Mohammed, Varian, the wide receivers. Greg Olsen in the slot to the left. Greasy being pressured. Gets rid of it to Adrian Peterson. That was thrown low, and Peterson couldn't grab it.
Dwayne White has been everywhere today for the Lions on defense. He has really given John Tate, the left tackle for Chicago, about all he can handle. The guy has been just a little up and down this year, but coming off of a very, very good game last week against Tampa with 3 sacks, he has not let anybody down. He's really played well for Detroit defensively today.
A couple of finals in the NFL. Pittsburgh beat Cincinnati 24-13. Pittsburgh now 5-2. Greasy with time, and juggled and dropped by Desmond Clark. Again thrown to his back shoulder and almost intercepted. The Lions have been around the ball all afternoon.
Those are balls that Des Clark will usually catch. And for some reason today, he's a little off. Greasy's a little off with the accuracy, not giving his guys really an opportunity to catch it in stride and run. They're almost all having to stop and reach back, but one that Desmond Clark, I think 9 out of 10 times, is going to catch.
One other final, Tennessee beats Oakland 13-9. Tennessee having a good year, bounce back year, 5-2. Short pass, complete to Berrien, up at the 39-yard line. It is enough for a first down. That's a big first
to get
down
another
for the
playoff
Bears.
here before the 2-minute warning.
14-yard pickup. Bears hurry to the line. Greasy gets him set to get the play off. And he throws short down to the backfield. Adrian Peterson gets across midfield to the Lions 49. Enough for a first down. They move the chains. Bears need to score in a hurry. We're under 2 minutes to go. Greasy in trouble, dumps it off to Adrian Peterson. Can't get to the sideline. Clock keeps running. The Bears have only 2 timeouts remaining. 2nd and 9. Greasy under pressure, dumps it off again to Peterson. 2 men there. Peterson gets down to the 41-yard line. Brings up a 3rd down.
And you know why Backus is jumping off sides. Corey Smith just absolutely bowled him under his chin. Holy cow.
Tate, you mean Tate.
Or Tate, excuse me.
Greasy throws, completes to Olsen. And he gets down to the 30-yard line, close to the 29. First down Bears, but only 1 minute left, and the Bears need 2 scores. Greasy spikes the ball to stop the clock. And they have 2 timeouts remaining. Greasy going for the end zone for Hester, incomplete. He took a hard hit. And a couple of players shaken up. Keith Smith of the Lions still down on the ground, and so is Devin Hester, looking for their 5th win of the season. Greasy has been intercepted 3 times. Throwing deep, 4th interception of the game. Fernando Bryant picks it off.